What is going on? You're listening and watching on YouTube, Metal Massacre. I'm your host, the weirdo with a beardo, Lucian. With me, a man whose band was called The Funniest Thing He's Heard All Year by Anthony Fantano. It's Vinny from Belushi Speedball. What's up, brother?
Hey, how are you doing? Thank you for having me.
Good. It's really good to hear from you again. We had you like last year. I don't even remember when. It's probably around the same time, honestly, because Stelkira came out, and that was almost a month, apart from the release of the new edition of it this year. I didn't even think about that, but it's like that's kind of weird. I think we had you around the same time, like last year. That's been fun. But what's been new, man? What's the new stuff with you?
Yeah, so we jumped on the re-release because of Green Day wrote a song about Belushi. So we wrote a song about Green Day, and they re-released one of their albums, I guess, or an EP. I don't know. And they put that Belushi song on it. So we're like, well, screw that. We'll do that. Like, I think theirs is called, like, Edition Deluxe. I think ours is Edition Extra Deluxe, or, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of a play on it. It's literally just one extra song and alternate artwork. But, yeah, so we did that. We released and the song, our Green Day song's not about the band. It's about stock.
Yeah. I love that. I was like, we're going to write a song, but it's not about you.
Exactly.
That's great.
So, and then... man, we've been doing good. So we've been working on the new album. We are working a little bit slower because it's a different process this time around. We're trying things differently. I got a really, really solid lineup in Belushi. Jameson Land, he Beefcake, but he's been with us for going on 3 or 4 years now. And then I got Derek Tipton on my other guitar, and we got Ben from Rose Funeral. And Justin McClure's on bass, and the lineup's been really strong. But this is the first time that I have had others writing majority of the instruments, the music. I wrote a couple songs for this new album, but like Derek and Jameson, have been taking like the brunt of that, and I've been doing like vocals. So it's a different process, and usually the way it would be is I'd like run to the studio, knock out guitar, and then do drums, and then we lay on everything else. You know what I mean? So like we were here. But this has been really cool. It's been a good experience for me to kind of almost relinquish responsibility, I guess. And they're so talented, and they get it. And the music's been coming out really amazing. So we're working on that. There's no ETA on it currently, but that's because, obviously we're playing the Gathering at the Juggalos, and so everything got put on hold with that. We're like, crap, we gotta hold on, we gotta step back and just prepare for this. So, yeah.
That's fucking awesome, dude. I'm excited to hear what this new stuff sounds like, especially because it is going to be that different, and I'm sure it's going to pay homage to the things that came before it and the Belushi sound. But I'm excited to see what you sound like not having to do all that.
Right.
Because I feel like there's going to be a difference there creatively. You're going to have more time to put in that stuff. And
technical guitars is what it's going to be.
Yeah, dude. It's going to be wild. I bet it's going to be crazy. That's going to be really cool. Do you have a name picked out yet for it?
The new album? No. No.
Still something.
Yeah, my cat, for sure. I mean, it will have Andre Bozikov art. One thing that we have in the works, and we'll make it come to fruition eventually. But I wanted to do so. For context, with Belushi, basically, like in the studio, I go and I lay scratch tracks on guitar, and then our producer actually re-records all the guitar and plays it like way better than me.
Yeah,
and fixes parts. And so this new album will be the first one that he's not doing that. He's just going to be straight recording us.
Yeah.
But up until prior to the 7-inch, which is this is what we look like.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I think I was playing a lot of the guitars and recording on there. Some of the earlier EPs is him. but the production is a whole different level of quality. I'm not saying it's bad. It's just not the same quality. It's like we really got into our stride with This Is What We Look Like, that 3-song 7-inch EP. And then it's like, oh, the Belushi sound. And then we moved, we went past that. So prior to that, I almost look at everything kind of like an extended demo. So one thing we're working on is having re-recording a lot of those songs at the proper speed, the proper quality of song, and proper production. I want to release that as an album, and I have it written somewhere, but like call it like Belushi Speedball 2 Super Ultra Deluxe Alpha. All the Street Fighter.
Yeah.
I had to like go through and I wrote it. The title's super big, but I want to do that and release that in conjunction with the new album.
That's sick.
And have like the artwork featuring, like I want to do like a Street Fighter homage. Like there's that one photo from the Super Nintendo game where like Blanca's in a ball and he's going Honda, and I want to have like it be Stella, and my cat is Blanca. Like so, but
that's cool.
It's all up in the air. We'll figure that out.
I love that, dude. That's fucking awesome.
Hell yeah.
I love that your style is just like ever true. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's my childhood. It's just nostalgia for being a kid.
Every time you come out with a new like album, I look at the artwork and I feel the sense of giddiness I feel as like a comic book collector. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or like
yeah,
something of that nature. I feel like I have a collection of Belushi Speedball albums on my Spotify. You know what I mean? That's how I feel about it. Like, and I don't know, man. You just know how to package that shit so fucking well. And like, I mean, speaking of package, you're the only band I've ever heard of that's had a song released on a slice of pizza.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
do it.
Yeah, crazy, dude. That shit was like, you guys do so much weird shit, and I love it. And I love that you have like an explosive 90s style with this sound.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
It's a creative outlet for me. So a lot of the merch and stuff, I love making it. I do not like making the pizzas. I gotta make some more. They're such a pain in the ass. So that's why they've been sold out. It's a week-long process. And
is it really?
Yeah, because pizza floats. So you're sealing it in resin, and you have to do several different pours, and it takes 20 minutes to cure. And the problem is like I do them in my back room in there, and it never fails, man. I'll have a batch, and I'll accidentally leave the door cracked open, and the dog will get in there, and she's eating so much pizza covered in resin, it's insane. So, I mean, she's a cockroach. Like, she's pretty tough. So
that's crazy.
Fine, but it's always a pain in the ass. So, yeah. Process. I hate making them, like I said. You got to stir it for like 5 minutes for each pour. And, I'll make some more. I will. Everyone's been begging me for it.
Really?
Yeah.
That's great.
They sell out the minute I post them because I'll do them in batches of 5 or 10.
Yeah. I
think I've sold probably like 40 or 50 of them so far. I number each one. So,
I love this.
But I mean,
what's
I can make 3 to 5 a week, right?
Yeah.
Sold, was that 10 weeks? I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, it's I've sold probably like 50 of them. So yeah, it's just not fun.
Yeah. I feel you. Well, you've put music on a lot of different stuff, though. Like you put it on Game Boys.
Yeah.
What else?
I did Furby. I did Super Nintendo, Nintendo 64, Sega CD. I actually I hacked Marvel vs. Capcom 2 for Dreamcast, and I made a prototype for that one. Oh,
that's sick.
It works, but I haven't released it. And it wasn't really... So a lot of the stuff I did was super unique, and like no one else thought to do it the way I did it.
Yeah.
But the Dreamcast one, actually MF Doom, someone cut a album the same way using MF Doom and stuck all his music in there. And I discovered that after I got done doing it.
And you were like, well, I can't really do this now.
I mean, I can still.
Yeah.
I did 8-track tapes. Again, we're obviously not the first to do that, but That was cool. I did the one-off the same way I did the pizza. I did the dog crap.
Yeah.
Sorry, it was the Green Day thing. So, but yeah, it's a lot of fun. You know, I enjoy it.
That's fucking hilarious.
Thanks, man. Yeah.
Yeah. What's the weirdest thing you think you'll ever put music on?
Say it again.
What's the weirdest thing you think you could ever put music on?
I mean, the dog shit, right?
Yeah.
So mad. Cause like, again, I'm using that back room and I was trying to do it secretly without her knowing.
Oh God.
And she was going back there. I went, no. And she opened it up and she just shut the door and she went, get that the fuck out of the house. I'm like, I will. I promise. It's for a thing. I'm doing a thing.
I'm doing a thing. Just trust me.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
A ton of publicity for it. It was pretty cool. So,
that's awesome.
Yeah. You know, and then, God, I don't know. That's probably, that one takes the cake, right?
Yeah. I mean, what else is there?
Yeah, that was the peak.
So are your days of putting weird music on weird shit over?
I'll still keep going. I did a prototype where I hacked a Tiger handheld, like those shitty like LED games.
Oh, nice.
That once. It's a lot of times like I've made several items to where it's just it took me too long to put together.
Yeah.
And so it's one of those things like, do I really want to sell 20 of these fucking things I have to make by hand? You know what I mean?
Right.
A lot of times, like, you do it just because you want to exist. So, like, you just want someone to have that item and to have it out there. I don't make a lot of money on all the weird merch. We do make money on shirts. I mean, that's like the one-off stuff, like the Super Nintendo games, I think I make $5 on them. So, you know. You just want it to exist.
Yeah, you want it to be out there in the mythos, you know, and some kid being like, dude, what is this? And you just be like, I don't know. Let's figure it out. Some little kid in like 2037 is going to find that at like a garage sale because you know, someone passed away and they sold it and there's no one to take it. Some little kid's going to find a Belushi Speedball fucking N64 game.
Yeah.
And be like, my life was changed that day. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they'd be like, identify what this is. Yeah.
That's amazing, dude. I feel like that's a fun way to like leave your legacy just like around, you know?
Yeah.
Because like eventually people are, think about it, man. As time goes on, you know what I mean? 100 years from now, people will still be listening to the bands they'll pass them down through people. But people are going to forget that you did this eventually.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And then they're going to find a dog shit that plays a song in a time capsule in fucking Louisville, Kentucky. And everyone's going to be like, yeah, what the fuck?
Dude, the dog shit went to Minnesota. I sold that on eBay. It went for like $230.
Damn.
I actually had to list it twice. The first time I listed it, eBay took it down. I called it dog feces and resin or something like that. And some intern or someone at eBay, I have an official eBay email sent to me. It said, you listed dog shit and resin. You can't do that. And like, you know, please don't relist it. But the funny thing is I never called it shit. They called it shit. So like they reversed Billy Madison me. But someone at eBay officially was like, dude, you can't do this. Like, you know, I had to list an IOU. It was like a little envelope I drew on. I called it an IOU art piece. Yeah. For the dog resin. So yeah, you know, someone ended up buying it Minnesota. So they put in like a curio cabinet and they have like all their like
That's so awesome. That's so awesome.
No, it belongs in the punk rock museum. So.
I know, right? That's fucking cool. Like, God, I love this. I wish I could do that with my show. You know what I mean? Like figure out weird formats. I should put it on VHS.
Yeah. That's easy. I've done VHS. It's easy.
Yeah.
3 VCRs.
3 VCRs?
2. 3 if you want to double up, I'm making them. But yeah, 2. It's cake. Yeah, you can rip them down off of YouTube directly into the VCR. You make a master tape and then you just copy off that one.
Nice.
Yeah. And then just make boxes. A lot of people do clamshells. I actually I hand make the VHS boxes that we did. Like cut them out, tape them. And, I fucking hated it actually too. That sucked. A lot of that stuff, the monotony of like the creation process, Like the first one's fun.
Yeah.
Then we got to do 100 of them. You're like, yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah. But
I
yeah,
feel you.
100%. Just hours of your podcast. So
yeah, right. I mean, I can make a whole fucking like series. You know what I mean? And just like cut them up in different ways and stuff. That'd be fun. But yeah, I don't know. I've got a couple other shows that I've done in the past that are like theater of the mind, kind of like radio show-esque kind of story stuff with like sound effects and music in it. So I love doing that kind of stuff. And I've got one of them that was the Deathcast one we did for Metal Apocalypse. And I want to put that one on like a Blu-ray or a VHS or something like that. I think that'd be fun.
Yeah.
If even just to like give to the people that were involved into it, you know, like.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? Yeah, I think you should. That's where it all starts, man. Is the creativity of that, you know?
For sure. And I think you've got a really good creative mind for how to make something unique. You know what I mean? And not even just in the music, but like the overall like experience of being a Belushi fan. You know what I mean? Because like you guys do have a very like aggressive is the wrong word. Loving, I guess, fan base. Like they love the shit out of you, and they love the shit out of the guys that are in the band. And you can tell like when you watch videos and you hear like this shit. I don't know. It's just a whole nother wave of like, oh my God, this makes me want to be there. And it's not just because the music's good, but it's the experience and like the thing you're crafting overall. Like super fun. I hope that my wish for Belushi Speedball is that you keep going, but you keep following weird urges. Like, please, because the weird urges you have to make these songs are hilarious. Like the first time I heard hash slinging slasher, and you did the whole thing that he says as like gang vocals, I was like, what the fuck? I like remember it, like unlocked a core memory, and I was like, this is great.
That's just lazy writing. That was a thrash song I had. I didn't have any lyrics for, so I was watching SpongeBob. I'm like, oh, this is perfect. And I just looked up what he was saying and I wrote everything down.
I love it because that's like something all these like 90s kids are going to remember.
Yeah. I do that a lot. If I hit writer's block, I just go put on a cartoon and just write what the fuck is going on.
I think it's fun.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
It's a fun thing to do. Keep doing that. Like, and keep watching 90s cartoons or just like weird shit, you know?
So I always thought I'd grow out of it, and I never did. I was like, oh, one day I just won't like cartoons. I'll watch real people shows like my like my dad.
But then cartoons just got like it more evolved too. Like we have shit like Rick and Morty, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Me and my brother quote Rick and Morty a lot. The episode with the Cenobites. And they're like, his lameness is our candy. Like, I want to write a song about that. That shit's so funny.
I forget who, and one of my friends who was like gone for a while, and I forget who said that, but they quoted the dragon episode, and he's like, "Shadow Jerker, you haven't emerged from your cocoon in ages." Like, it's just like weird shit like that the show does. Like, it's so quotable. I used to have a Rick and Morty card game that was centered around that episode where the aliens were like infecting and like making up weird characters.
Oh shit.
Like the one where they shot Mr. Poopy Butthole.
Yeah.
I had a card game centered around that, and it's like, who's the alien? But somebody stole it from me at a party, and I was like, no.
Ultimate Werewolf almost.
Yeah. In that same vein for sure. But I'm gonna have to look it up and find it again because it was super fun, and you could play it with like 3-4 people minimum. So that was always pretty cool.
That sounds awesome.
I love that kind of shit. I like when like things I like, be it a show or a movie or a band or even like any kind of creator. I like when you have an idea and you go, okay, this is a show or this is an album, but then you're like, what can I make it into that isn't the thing it is?
Yeah, what can I add to this?
And so, make it,
dude, there's a lot of bands out there that kind of did that. That like influenced me. Obviously, like I'm a huge Juggalo, but ICP used to do that with their album inserts. There would be like like Bizarre, like both those. They had different games in there, and I don't know. It's cool. Extra packaging, essentially. You know what I mean?
For sure.
So that's something I guess we should go back to. Because like all my album inserts are one page. Like I don't even know if anyone's gonna open this, but I should start making booklets for those fucking things.
You should.
Yeah.
Because I know people would really appreciate that, and think about all the people that would be like, "Holy fuck, I have something like I can hang on my board or like hang behind me or like like that kind of stuff."
I think so. Like you opened up like Hellbilly Deluxe, like Zombie. That booklet was like this fucking thick, and it was art that he did, and like I think so. I think you're right. Nail on the head, man.
I feel like that kind of shit is what makes it memorable too. You know what I mean? Because you remember that. You pulled that out of the fucking top of your dome and were like, I remember pulling through the artwork and looking and being like, holy fucking shit, what is this? You know what I mean?
Right.
Even like Slipknot with the artwork they kind of did on their albums, like it's very
I don't for sure.
There was something like not human about it. You know what I mean? Like you felt like you were looking at people when you were a child or a kid, you were like, what the fuck are these people? Like, what's this dude with the long nose? You know, like everything was just so weird. But
that's how I ended up discovering metal was the first album that like I bought with my own money that well actually that's not true. My dad bought it, but the first album that I picked out that like I'm like, this is actually my decision, my choice was Jekyll Brothers ICP, and then I was hooked. And then you couldn't walk into a Sam Goody or like FYE or one of those places without seeing that Slipknot self-titled fucking poster hanging up.
Yeah.
And exactly what you just said, you're like, what the hell is that? I bought that album just because of, the freaking seeing them in the masks. And yeah, that was my introduction to like metal, and then from there I discovered everything else, you know what I mean? So
yeah.
Oh yeah.
For me, my first album that I actually like decided to buy on my own was the Used In Love and Death.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I was at a Target and I was like, this is back when kids we had CD players like that we put like on our hips or in our pockets.
Yeah.
And yeah, I was mowing the lawn. I'm like, man, I need some good music. I was just listening to other people's mixtapes, and I just, based on the artwork, was like, this is really cool. And I like looked at all the track lists, and I knew my mom would be like, So I was like, oh, it's a Christian band,
right?
She was like, really? And I was like, yeah. And so I got the album, and I would just listen to it whenever I'd mow the lawn. And it became like I knew where the album was going to be based on how far I'd gotten in the lawn.
Right.
I'd like remember the album that way. I'd like think of mowing and where I was in the lawn when I'd like remember the album in my youth, I
definitely did that too.
Yeah. Like that shit was fun. I remember rest in peace, Ozzy. We just lost him. I remember like skateboarding with my iPod Shuffle, which at that point was a stick. It was a flash drive that you could plug wired headphones into. And we never put it in our pockets. We would just like let it hang when we skateboarded. And I remember listening to Black Sabbath when I was in middle school and like learning to skateboard and fall like an idiot. Like that shit was fun. But yeah. I just love that all these old mediums are still around, and it's just like for as digital as we're getting. I mean, fuck, man, we got like AR, VR, AI, fucking every fucking abbreviation you could think of. We have it for technology. You know what I mean?
There's still a want for physical media, and I think metalheads more than any other fan purchase physical media more than anyone else. I really truly believe that.
Yeah, metalheads and horror fans.
Yeah, well, they go hand in hand.
It's kind of the same demographic.
Same human being. But yeah, I feel like they really appreciate physical media, and I think it's because it's not mainstream anymore. It's more popular, than it has been in years, I would say. But I do firmly believe that there's just like this nostalgia for like what you were just saying. There's this reminder of like, oh yeah, that's what it's like to buy a CD. That's what it's like to buy a vinyl or whatever,
Yeah.
I gotta check my bag. Okay, I'm good. My phone sucks, so
I'm sorry.
Checking my percentage.
You good?
Oh yeah, I'm at 11. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll have to plug it up here in a bit, but my daughters are in my back room. They're
Oh, right on. No, I feel you.
so yeah.
Yeah, I totally agree with you though. It's like physical media is going to stay around because like people are going to keep it going, you know? And I mean, as long as people keep it going and still buy it, like they're going to be forced to make it if these bands want to be seen in that niche or in that industry.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think video games are the same way. I think there is a want for physical media, especially because like we've seen it. So Spotify does a pretty good job of having almost everything up there. You know what I mean? But we have definitely seen with like the streaming services like Netflix and all those things and video games to where like things get delisted. And, you know, if you don't physically own that item, you're not going to be able to enjoy it when you want.
Yeah.
I mean, so I think there's something to be said about that, you know, in terms of.
Yeah. No, I always think about that too because I like buy movies on YouTube and I'm always like, what if they just take this movie away?
Dude, and they, you know, I have an Xbox 360 hard drive that I kept, and I used to run it when I was teaching high school. I used to run a gaming club.
Oh, cool.
I could never plug that 360 into the internet because I had so many delisted games. Like I had Simpsons Arcade on there. I had Ninja Turtles, Duke Nukem. Like there's a lot of games that basically that Microsoft lost the license for. So, you know, what they do is they would take it away. If you update that Xbox, they'd be gone. You know what I mean?
Damn.
Anymore. So I still have that hard drive, and that was kind of my first wake up call to exactly that. I mean, now I don't know if they re-released it with the new movie, but like 28, is it 28 days later or 28 weeks later? One of the two. You could not find that Blu-ray anywhere, and it wasn't streaming or anything like that. So those Blu-rays shot up to like $100. Now with the new movie that came out, I think they actually are streaming them again. But
yeah, probably.
You know what I mean? But still, I mean, there's a demand. People are paying $100 for that DVD, and that was kind of a go to rummage sales. You keep an eye out for those ones, you know?
Yeah, exactly, dude. Like I haven't gone to anything like that in a while, to be honest. Like I've been too busy working my ass off. I got a new job, but I just like I don't know. I remember looking for gold when I'd go fucking hunting here in Omaha because there's some places you can go that like people just don't know what they have and they drop it off at a Goodwill or know yard sales, shit like that. Like every once in a while you can find something great, and for me the key is to just act like it's trash and be like, hey, I'll take this from you. I don't give a shit. Like $5. Like, right. You know what I mean? I found one time I was at a comic book store and I found like a voodoo doll of Rob Zombie in like a coffin package, and they had it listed for $15. It had the sticker on it, and I looked down and there was a silver squiggle on it.
Oh shit, he signed it?
Yeah, and I Googled his signature and it was his signature, and I was like, all right, this is what I'm buying. And then I walked out with a Rob Zombie signed voodoo doll, and they didn't even like check it, and I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
So like.
Yeah, a lot of times with those things, it's Half Price Books. They had so many kids working the counters that would be doing the buy stuff.
Yeah.
Wouldn't know. There's been multiple times I've picked up Spider-Man 300 from Half Price Books for like $5 or $10.
Jesus.
Yeah.
That's insane. Yeah, I wish ours was like that. They like do their research actually. And I'm like, no. Really? Yeah, they have like a glass case with all the really nice shit. But
they're hit or miss, man. So like they have like old Warhammer books there from like 7th edition, 8th edition.
Oh, really?
And they're asking like $100 for them because you know that's how much they were new or whatever.
Yeah.
Know? And well, no, that's my point. Like it's not worth that. You know, I mean, they're asking way too much. But then you'll find something that is very rare, and they're asking, you know, it's in the $2 bin or something.
That's wild.
Yeah.
It's like they want to look like they know what they're doing. You know what I mean?
I just think it's just different people. They get different kids in there, and like you got some college kid that's like, I don't fucking want to be here, you know.
$2. I don't give a shit.
Like, Yeah, you know, they got a at the buy counter, they got a stack of books like this, and they're like, all right.
All right, $20. You just made $1,000 or something.
Right.
That's crazy. Yeah, I definitely love going to my local comic book stores looking for stuff. Sometimes you'll find some gold. It's more like garage sales around here that people don't know what they have, or like estate sales. You know, they're just like, just get rid of it. You know. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, okay, you have all these movies on VHS in like perfect condition. I'll take that. I haven't gone to one in like years. I need to get out there and go do one again. But
we enjoy it. All my local comic book shops, though, they know very, very well. They're very in tune. And their pricing's fair. But the only time, so I used to run Warhammer tournaments back in before the pandemic. I was playing a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I used to use this comic book shop that went out of business, and I was really good friends with the owner. And he got in someone came in and sold a bunch of their keys, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, he had Spider-Man 129, and I'm trying to think. Basically, anything Silver Age that you could think of being like a Grail, he had it. Not like a Hulk 1 or anything like that. But
okay.
He had, Hulk 181 came in with this batch, and he messages me.
Shit.
A huge Conan fan, and he's like, "Hey, I got Conan 1," and he sends me the photo of it, and I'm like, "Well, man, dude, I just picked one up." He's like, "Well, if you want a second," he's like, "I'm asking $100," and this is at this point, this would have been like 2020 or 2020. Mm-hmm. This would have been like pandemic prices shoving everything up. So I messaged him. I was like, "Dude, you better get on eBay and see what that book's worth." I go, I could not in good conscience give you whatever he was asking. It may be $75. So he was, and he goes out, he was, holy shit, I didn't know it was going for that much. I'm like, yeah, you're welcome. I'm putting it up there for like, I don't know, $5 or $6. So that book obviously came down since then, but it was point is, usually they're in tune. That was like the one time, and it would have been me taking advantage of a friend.
You're like, I can't in good conscience do this.
Yeah, it would have been like, I would have not felt good about it. So he took care of me with a lot of stuff. But yeah, man. So are you reading anything now, currently?
I haven't been just because I've had so much shit going on, but I was looking at my like vault of comic books over here, and I got all my other stuff back here. But I was thinking about getting back into Guardians of the Galaxy. There's a couple really, really good runs of that I love. There's one called Witch Doctor. I don't know if you know that one.
No, is that Image?
Yeah, it's essentially like he's Dr. House, but for like fantasy and like witchcraft shit.
Yeah.
That one's really fun. I have the only 2 books of that. So I was thinking about like diving back into that, maybe making a video about it, because one thing I want to do with this YouTube channel is I don't just want to do like metal and music stuff. I want to like talk about like other things that I think are metal. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. Hell yeah.
So like I did a video on Brutal Legend, the video game, and one on have you seen the TV show Blood Drive?
Dude, you're the second person to ask me that. No.
You need to watch it. You would love it. And honestly, it might even strike a inspirational chord with you.
Is it animated?
No, it's only on YouTube from what I can find. And you have to buy the first season of it because that's all there is.
Is Blood Drive the DC universe? Is it that one?
No, it's a sci-fi show. Okay.
Got it.
It's like in the future, which is like to them the late 90s, the world is like running out of gasoline, so they make cars that run on blood that you can like feed people into the engine like a giant like crazy engine mouth, and it takes their blood as fuel. So they do like a race called the Blood Drive, and it's this big like post-apocalyptic cyberpunk kind of like weird. There's a character called Clown Dick. Like it's just the weirdest shit in the world.
I'm in.
But I would totally recommend checking out that show. It might, like I said, it might strike a chord with you inspirationally because there's just so much ridiculous shit in it that I think you would approve of.
Yeah, I'm sold. That sounds dope.
They only made one season and then they canceled it for low like viewers. But the show was so self-aware that it like commented on that as it went. Like it just like made fun of itself in that kind of way. So I love stuff that's very self-aware of what it is.
I agree. I like that too.
Makes it more fun. I don't know.
It feels like you're in on the joke while you're watching it.
Exactly.
Like they're writing to you. You know what I mean? I think that's important for anyone creatively.
No, I like the other way.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's important. If you're creating something, to make sure that you know your audience. You know, I had this conversation with someone before, and I'm a firm believer. You know, there's that artist that always says like, I don't care what people think. You know, I do it for myself. And I don't believe that's really true. Like 99% of the time, there are people out there that truly do that. And you don't ever see it. You know what I mean? But like, I feel like it's kind of a cop out. Like, you know, they say that because it's not going as planned, or people aren't responding the way they thought they would.
Yeah.
You know, with like Belushi, obviously I make the music for myself. That is true. I make music that I like to listen to and I really enjoy it. But one of the biggest things that I did was like, I wanted people to sing my songs back. So that's called artistic compromise. Like I had to make my choruses simpler. You know what I mean? So I didn't necessarily, it's not necessarily what I wanted to do for my choruses, but it gave me the effect I wanted at the end, you know?
Yeah.
So I think there's something to be said about knowing your audience when you're making something and allowing them to feel like they are a part of whatever it is you're creating. So, you know, that's I'm sold, man. I got to watch that show for sure. I respect anyone that does that.
Yeah, I think that's a definite part of captivating and like cultivating a culture.
Yeah.
More than a community. And I think that there's a lot of cultural icons, in my opinion, when it comes to bands or musicians in general, artists, even just to make it broad, that's what they do. And that's what, you know, that person or that group has something special, is when like it itself is a culture. Like, dude, your shit is a culture. Like the shows you have, the stuff you guys do, the throwing trash, being goofballs, just the mania that is a Belushi Speedball show is a culture in and of itself. And I'm still surprised you haven't fucking played with Green Jello. God damn it, Vinny.
Yeah, I know. I'm super good friends with Mans.
You got to do it. You got to do a tour with them guys. And even if it's just like half a tour down south, like,
I know. We need to. I love all those dudes. And like, you know, Bill, obviously that's one of my biggest inspirations.
Yeah.
In terms of like just how to run a band, like I thought what he did is genius. And he just makes sure the show keeps going along.
Yeah.
That man is on a whole nother level. I really do. He's smart. He's a legend. He's been doing, you know, what's crazy too, is like, got really no, at least from what I can tell, really no ego about it. Like he's a fan and like comment on my shit and like, you know, like the fact that like this, like if I was him, I don't know that I wouldn't have a big head about stuff. You know,
right?
His music was in Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah.
What the hell? Like, and he's just on Facebook, just like being the nicest dude ever. And he has definitely asked, the guitar player Nate's asked, we never can get to align. When I was teaching, it was like it never matched up. And then right now with my new career choice, we went on that tour with X-Cops in January, but with my new career choice, we're going to kind of do these festivals that are coming up. And then I don't know, we're going to have to go back to the drawing board and figure out how we want to attack it and how we want to get out there.
Yeah.
But I'm with you. We'll make it happen eventually. So
no, I feel you. And that's just part of like, that's the fun part of life, is like actually making it happen. You know what I mean? Like it sounds like stressful to the like uninitiated in a way where it's like, oh my God, how are you going to keep doing it? But it's like, I don't know, when you love what you do, you find a way, you know. It's like fucking Jeff Goldblum says in Jurassic Park, life finds a way.
That's right. and you're exactly right. Like you might know this because anyone that's friends with me on the Facebooks, you'll see this. But I didn't make this. Well, I guess I did. I made a post about it. But like when I got back from tour, we all caught the flu that last day of tour, and I ended up getting because of the flu. I was bedridden, and the tour probably didn't help, but I ended up getting and my genetics pulmonary embolisms in my lungs. So I almost got blood clots in my lungs. So like that was the other thing that was like I need to like it scared me pretty badly.
Yeah.
So that's kind of why we haven't been on the road since then. But the gathering's gonna be our next show.
Nice. When's the gathering?
August 13th. It's the whole week. So it starts August 13th, that Wednesday to Sunday. So was that 17th, 18th?
Nice.
The week of August 13th to we're stoked. We're playing the main stage, which is freaking amazing.
Hell yeah.
And we're gonna go all out, but you're not wrong. Life finds a way. We'll get back out there.
Hell yeah, dude! I'm excited to see what happens next. You guys have always done your own thing and like done it in a way, like especially with this last release, like done it in a way with such gusto that it's like undeniable. And I mean, you're getting shout outs left and right by some people that are some serious tastemakers. Like that in and of itself is such a big like praise for where Belushi is right now and where Belushi's come from,
Yeah. I do have a really good publicist.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Shout out to Austin Griswold. So he's incredible. And that's been our X factor, but, there's luck involved, man. Like for some reason, Anthony Fantano just likes us. And that came from a fan, stuff like this never happens, by the way. Fans like, they ask me like, hey, how do you get out there? How do you get people to notice you? How do you get rides? I'm like, you got to ask for it. You got to network. You know what I mean? You can't just sit and wait for it to happen. But the Fantano thing is a situation where that was not us. A fan from like Washington, and I have his name. I think it's Noah, but I have his name on Facebook. He submitted our music to Fantano during a Twitch live stream where he listens to stuff and reacts live.
Yeah.
Anthony just so happened to play the song right before he did the Morbius soundtrack. So like he had some of like the most listeners possible because, at the time the whole Morbius thing. So like it was right before then. So everyone's waiting for that. And then they play our song and he live reacted. He loved it, ended up reviewing us. And then, I wrote the song kind of going back at him and he responds to that. You know what I mean? So like,
that's awesome.
It was kind of a luck thing. And like, he responds to me, I'll email him. I don't abuse it, but like if I email him, like he responds back. I mean, he's on it.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah. He's a busy dude, but yeah. So, luck involved in that. Basically a fan snowballed that one into existence, but man, like I've submitted my music to Glenn from Spectre Media and he's reviewed us and like that shit's been cool.
Yeah, man. And I think that's just part of like I was saying earlier, cultivating that culture. Yeah. And like you have such a rabid fan base that is like, when I saw you did the Garth Brooks song, I wasn't surprised because I would consider your fan base to be about the same passion level as Tom Segura's.
Dude, thank you. I appreciate that.
Like, I don't know. I feel like if you go on like anyone bigger than me and like a bigger podcast and you say some weird shit, it's going to be like clipped into oblivion. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm usually during the interviews, I'm pretty straightforward. We used to do like really weird interviews.
Really?
Yeah. Like we got interviewed by Heavy Magazine from Australia and we had the whole band and it was like winter. It had to be winter. It was so cold outside. It was like March. And we took a kiddie pool in my backyard and we wore starter jackets and got in the pool. And like we're just freezing and did the whole interview like that. And like got hammered drunk. We used to drink a lot too during interviews. But times have changed. I don't have time to plan all that out. And like, And also, like, we weren't getting a whole lot of interviews back then either, because I feel like people are like, oh, screw that, I want to talk to them again, because it would just be chaos. We wouldn't answer anything seriously. We'd be hammered, but you grow up.
Yep.
So yeah, but I gotta go grab my charger. So
you're cool.
My kids might scream. Hold on one second.
You're cool.
Hi, baby.
Is that Stella?
That was Stella.
Ah!
Hey, baby. Okay. Yeah, Stella's just chilling. So.
Hell yeah. That's a Metal Massacre exclusive. We got to look at Stella.
Oh, yeah. She's more famous than the band. Her photo of her in the Spider-Man mask went, like, ultra viral, and people started, like, drawing it, painting it. So.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. That's why we did the t-shirt with it, because I'm like, if anyone's going to make money off my cat, it's going to be me. So.
Fuck. That's awesome, dude. I love everything you guys have been doing. Like, it just feels so awesome when I listen to it. And honestly, like, I feel like the quality on this new edition extra deluxe, I should say, is really fun. And there's a noticeable step up there. Like, in certain qualities of the song. Like, I had to listen. What I would do is I would listen to like a minute and a half maybe of like one song, and then I'd go listen to like the same minute and a half on the old album, and there was like noticeable differences I could hear, and like the qualities were different, and like I wouldn't say it's like a huge step, like I don't know, I don't want to say like a huge step up in production quality from one to the other, but like there's just such a different sound. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, was that something intentional, or did you notice that when you were doing it, or I don't know, how did that play out?
Case is getting better every single time. He's the dude that I was saying, like, he used to do all the guitar work for us.
Yeah.
He's my man in the chair. We always joke about that. So Chase is the original guitar player for Belushi, but he loves the production side of everything.
Mm-hmm.
He's a phenomenal guitar player, and he's got his own band called Parallel Colors. And the thing about Chase, and he'll tell you this, so I'm not like speaking out of speaking behind his back, I guess. This is a very known fact. Loves playing shows, but he does not love playing shows every single day. Like, if I could every single day play a show, that would be all I would want to do. So he didn't, like, the first, when he stepped down from Belushi from being guitar, is because it was becoming too much for him. And so now but he would from time to time join us on stage. Like, he played the first full Terror Assault with us, and like there's but we always say he's like my man in the chair, because he's a lot of that production work and stuff, and he just continuously gets better at what he's doing. There's a stark contrast. If you go before the 7-inch, this is what we look like, and listen to Prepare for Trouble. And those back to back, you'll notice a huge difference in the production level. Yeah, he just, like I say, he's good. And Fantano's set was fire Belushi production. So
there you go, getting the A stamp of approval from the man himself.
Chase was like, man, that's like highlighted my career.
Dude, that is a very good honor. I mean, he's at the center of music right now.
Yes. Yeah.
So it's like having someone with their finger on the pulse that well to like give you that kind of praise on something that you have worked this hard at. That should be taken that seriously.
We got praise from you just now from Metal Massacre. So.
Oh, please. Oh, please. Don't give me that.
Appreciate it, man.
Vinny, don't you dare do that. Of course. I love everything you guys do. Honestly, from the moment I found you guys to now, like, it's just been a fun journey. And honestly, I love watching and listening to everything that Belushi does. It's I don't know, man. It's like a new kind of music for me. And I don't want to say that as like I don't listen to anything that doesn't sound similar to Belushi, but like what you guys do is like, I don't know. I mean this is the utmost compliment. It's like the Savannah Bananas of like hardcore punk music.
we created a band to where we could do whatever we want.
Yeah.
Eric, my guitar player, said that because we have made a genre of music that's not necessarily accessible, and we have made it way more accessible to more people because of the fact that there is so much to it, and I'm pretty proud of that. He's right. And Savannah Bananas is a really good example of that because, again, that is a minor league baseball team that everyone knows about because of the fact that they made it more, enticing to people. It's accessible.
Yeah.
Go to that, right? So, like I'm in Louisville and you're in Omaha and we're talking about Savannah. You know what I mean?
Right. Bro, when I made the Louisville, Kentucky thing earlier and I said that, I totally forgot you were in Louisville.
Yeah.
I didn't even remember that.
Oh shit.
Yeah, seriously. I completely forgot, bro. Like that was just off the top of the dome. That's funny. But yeah, you guys are like the Harlem Globetrotters or the Savannah Bananas of like hardcore music. There's always this intended expectation of what you're getting into. It's like the same level of expectation as like a Guar show. And I made that comparison before last time you were here because I really do think that like you, Green Jelly, and Guar have all kind of captured this expectation that honestly is lacking in a lot of like shows I go to. Everything has been so sterilized and so wiped clean and it has to be this or that or the other. And you go to a show, you're either, it's a moshing show or there's this much crowd participation or there's none at all or there's this or that. Or with your guys' shows, I feel like there is no like safe space. And I mean that in the best way ever. I don't mean that as like a bad thing. I mean that in like you're going to be wrapped up in what's going on and you can't get out of it. And I think that's awesome.
Thank you. And obviously Guar is huge inspiration. Green Jello, they wrote kind of the roadmap for us. But no, I'm with you on that. We always wanted to do more than just than play music. We want everyone to be involved. And the crowd to us is like the other member of Belushi. We want everyone to feel like they're actually in the band with us.
Yeah.
I will say, like, while we're on the road, that was some of the growing pains that we had with Belushi was our local shows were insane. And it was almost different every single time that we would play here. But we were able to pull off really crazy things here in town because when we would go to show up, we'd have, all 5 or 6 members, 7 members sometimes, depending on – because we had people that we call them goons that were like throwing trash out.
Yeah.
They'd show up all with a car full of stuff for us. Yeah. Well, when you're on the road and you're in you got a van and you got a small 5x8 trailer, how do you do that? So there's some compromise that happens and you have to get creative in the participation aspect, right?
Yeah.
So, it's been a really cool journey being able to do that. And I really appreciate the kind words on that, man. That's
for sure. No, and you guys have totally earned it. Like Belushi Speedball has become its own place in time, in history, in music. And I think that it's going to be fun to see where you go, but it's just always going to be fun as I get older to look back and see where you guys started and where things have progressed and like the age of Belushi, if you will. Like it's just a cool time to live in. And I love that there are bands out there making big swings like this and getting what they deserve. You know what I mean? In the best possible way.
Hell yeah. I appreciate it, man.
For sure. And honestly, like if there's ever anything I can do, I don't know what I'm capable of, but if you ever need any kind of anything, let me know, man. I'm always down to help Belushi out, help you out. Cause I love what you're doing. And honestly, I just want you to keep doing it.
It's not a matter of if, just a matter of when we get out to Omaha, man, you'll have to just join us on stage and help us fucking create chaos.
Oh my God, I'll be a goon for sure. Yeah, you're gonna have to let me know if that ever happens. I'd be down.
Yeah, dude, we'll make it out there eventually, man. So that's the
plan. Hell yeah.
We play or at least once. So
Hell yeah, dude. That's gonna be fucking rad. But thanks for joining me. Thanks for taking the time, dude. I do appreciate every time you come by. I think we should just make this a yearly thing.
That's right. Mark this date. This is Belushi Speedball Day.
And it was pretty close. I mean, last time was in June. This is in July.
There you go.
We're around this season is Belushi season.
That's right. Cancer. Baby.
Any final words for the listeners and the watchers?
Man, just thank you guys, and watch. Let's hope Jey Uso gets his belt back. So yeet.
God damn it! I love you, Vinny. We'll talk soon. Peace out, guys.
Bye, buddy.